Right, hi, this is Duck79 and I'm going to walk through my new build of a suit from Pacific Rim. Myself and a fellow cosplayer here in Jersey, BlueJam77, decided to team up for next year's Comic-Con and do the Becket brothers. So we're going to do the white suits from the beginning of Pacific Rim. So I'm going to walk through how I'm doing it. So I'm going to make a one helmet using a PEP file that I found on the internet. It's a 3D model, an object file that has been changed into a PEP file, and then you can open it in a special program. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Designer, and then I'm going to change the size of the file to fit my head. From there on, my idea is to make I'm going to make a helmet out of card. I'm going to fiberglass the inside of it and strengthen it out. Then I'm going to use a fiberglass resin on the outside to smoothen it. Then I'm going to use modelling clay and car filler to make the helmet look like the one in the film. Then fiberglass resin that. Once that's done, the idea is I can then make a mould of the helmet, which I'll walk through that, the building of the mould. The paper I'm going to be using is pound shop card. I just need anything that's strong. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because the chances are at the end of this process this helmet will go in the bin anyway, because it's not going to be wearable. This is just for the mould, the shape, the pattern as it were. So I've used very bright fluorescent card because it's nice and thick. Fluorescent card is pretty thick. And I'll show you how, now that I'm going to take this PEP file, and how I'm going to change it to the size of my head. So you can follow this video and do the same if you like. On the website RPF, there's a few talks going on about the Jaeger suits, the inside of the Jaeger. The pilot suits, and one guy says smookcmb. This guy has made a helmet so far. The basic shape, it's missing its ridges here, but the helmet is a really good starting point. So my idea is I'm going to make a mould of this. Now I need it to be the right size for me. So what I need to do is I need to first off work out the size of the helmet. So I've worked out from one side to the other, it needs to be 8 inches. So this is the viewer, so I can have a look at it, and this is Designer, where you can change sizes, etc. So what I'm going to do mode, check distance. So from that side all the way through to that side is 18248 millimeter. So 182.48 millimeter to inch. So I need to up the scale, so it's a little bit too small at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll go into edit mode, scale, increase 10%. Okay, let's try again. Try there. 208. 208.49. There we go, 8 inches and a bit, so that'll be good for my head. I then have a look at this lot and move it around so it's a little bit less messy. So there we go. So yeah, once you change the scale, you're going to have to move things around really. Now what I'm going to do is print that off, and then cut these out, and then start putting it together. Now that I've printed out the helmet in the right size, it kind of looks like this. There you go. So the helmet is now printed off in all these tiny little pieces. And what I've got to do is basically each little piece, one piece I've printed the wrong way around, so it's green, so I've got designer green rings on the sides. But basically you then get a pen and a ruler and you mark every single line on the PEP file. And what that means is, once you've put all the lines to where all the joints are, you can then sit there and bend each tiny little one. To give you an idea of how many of these there are, and if I just pick up one, I mean, there's joint 1057 on there, 3,500. I mean, this is the thing, there's so many of these little tiny things. What you do is you bend all of them like that. Once you've bent them all, you find the corresponding piece. The numbers will match up. Then you get some all-purpose adhesive glue. This stuff's great. You get it from the pound shop or even the dollar shop, wherever you come from. You blip it on, you let it go sticky, and then you slowly go around like so until you've got the piece attached to the piece. And then, because I'm making this helmet and fiberglass in this one, I'm making this the master copy, so we're going to make a mould of this helmet. I've started putting masking tape on the inside and strengthening it all up, and I'm going to really take my time to print off, cut and prep the PEP. Need that on a shirt, eh? That took about 6 hours. 6 hours to prep the PEP. Here we go. There you go. That I've made for my head, so it will fit me. That took around about 12 hours, well actually 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hours to put together. So what you do now is, once you've put together a card, you start doing what I've done there. You might be able to see there. Masking tape. As you go, get masking tape. It's fantastic stuff, because it's dead easy to use. And then you basically find a gap and then shape the helmet. And do that inside, like so, and strengthen it up. What we want is, it as sturdy as possible before we fiberglass the inside to make it stronger, because if we make a cast of it now, the thing will crush, it'll just collapse.